Hello ladies and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I am starting to get a little bit excited about autumn, not so much for the change in the season but for the change in the clothes. I'm welcoming dressing up, feeling more put together, and just, yeah, I guess a sense of opportunity and newness, which I think is kind of what you get at the turn of the season, even if you're not loving the season itself. So this is a Zara haul, and I went into Zara. I've just come back from Zara. So many good pieces, and I just thought I would show you what I have got. So I'm going to start off with this jacket as it's right here. I want to keep this haul quite relaxed because I have been struggling to edit because I talk so much. So I want to give information, but I want to do it in a very succinct way. But it is this, I have been calling this chocolate brown. I guess it's more of like a caramel brown. It's slightly richer. I mean, yeah, it's like a caramelly brown jacket. I kind of have bought this more to be a jacket because I can't wear a shirt like this. I couldn't wear this out for drinks and sit with this on the whole night. It feels just like a lightweight jacket. So for me this is definitely a jacket, but it's something that I will just throw on over t-shirts. And you know, I generally tend to travel in the car a lot, so I never really need a big heavy coat. I don't need loads of coats. I definitely am more of a jacket person because I get more wear out of them because I'm always in car basically. So I really loved this. I'm going to show it to you in a minute once I've shown you everything that I've got in the haul. Yeah, I'm excited to get this on, but it's just this caramel brownie jacket, and Zara has a few variations of these. I will link obviously everything down below so you know exactly what I got. I went for a pair of leather skinny flares. I just thought, I don't know if you watched my Zara haul last year, was it last year or the beginning of this year, which was reviewing all of the kind of, I think 8 different pairs of Zara leather trousers. So again, Zara has gone crazy with their faux leather trousers, and I really liked this shape. They are high-waisted, super high-waisted, which I think is really important, especially if, like me, you have got a bit of a tum situ. Then the high-waistedness stops them from falling down, and they have got that side zip. Sometimes I just want an elasticated waistband with no zip because it means it's less restrictive in terms of sizing, but no, this one has got a zip. But it's a really good leather trouser. It's nicely lined as well, so it's got this kind of like, not velour, what is this material? It almost feels like that faux suede, like that fake nubuck. I'm not sure what this material is called, but anyway, these are going to be amazing for the winter because they've got this nice fleeciness inside. They feel really warm. So I mean, I don't go clubbing and there's nowhere to club right now because of COVID, but they're too warm to kind of wear clubbing and that sort of thing. But they are the sort of trousers that will keep you really warm in the winter, like when it gets colder and you're wearing them out, and maybe you're wearing them instead of wearing a pair of jeans. These are nicely lined. I think they're obviously much warmer than jeans, but what I like about this fleeciness is that, you know, sometimes you try on leather trousers and they feel like they're kind of incubating the heat. I don't think you'll get that feeling with this material. I tried them on yesterday and it felt like I was putting on a pair of jogging bottoms, apart from the waistline, but they are just super comfortable and soft and really nice on the skin. So yeah, excited to show you those because I tried them on yesterday and they just, I really just had to go and get my box because I also did a Zara shop online. So I did an online shop and then I quickly ran to the shops today after I did the nursery run. So in here I have some more leather trousers, and well, actually I've got leather trousers and black trousers. I'm someone who is a huge denim wearer. I wear jeans a lot. I guess that's kind of what suits my lifestyle. And I've realised that I've kind of got enough clothes to run around and do the nursery run, change up my look, still feel good. So I'm trying to invest in things that add something new and different to my wardrobe and that allow me to not have to opt for jeans all the time when it does come to that time when I might leave the house, which doesn't happen often. Happening a little bit more often now though. So I got these. Mock croc in your clothing now is a huge trend. I think generally we tend to wear mock croc on our shoes, on our handbags, you know, with accessories. But now I'm seeing it lots in trousers, skirts, that sort of thing, jackets. And these are a pair of trousers that I've seen in H&M and in Zara, and I got them. I tried them on yesterday. They're absolutely huge because I, for some reason, got a double XL. I'm just fed up of trousers fitting me tight. I know the other option is to lose weight, but in the meantime, I do believe that you should feel comfortable in your clothes, which is always very easy to feel comfortable in clothes that are too big for you, but it doesn't mean that they're very flattering. So I really do like these trousers. I just went into the shop actually to see if I could get these in these smaller size, and they're not available, so I'm just going to order them online quickly. but I'll show you them on just so you can kind of get an understanding of them. But that's a mock crop pair of trousers. Like I said, leather's really in at the moment, so just trying to find new ways to update my leather game, faux leather obviously. Then I got another pair of trousers. I've been looking at these for a while now. I love a black trouser when it comes to going out. I'm definitely more of a trouser person than a dress person, oddly enough, in winter, in autumn winter. I just think you get more wear out of the trousers. So I got these black trousers. What I like about these trousers, they're nice and heavy, they've got good hang, they've got these gorgeous gold buttons. I love a gold and black look. But I mean, I'll show you them on. I feel like they fit a little bit short on me, and I didn't realise how wide legged they are, so I'm not actually sure what these trousers are meant to be doing. But I just thought this with a black polo neck, black blazer, even like I've got a black cropped and other stories trench, nice Donatella Versace vibes there. I love just black and gold, and I feel like that could be a good look. Then I'm going to get into my new bag. Obviously I've not tried this stuff on yet because you actually can't try anything on in the shops now, can you? So I went for another trend-led purchase, elevated knitwear, and also in a mint green. I think Zara likes to call their mint green sea green, because I've got a pair of trousers this colour from Zara as well. Just this kind of knitted vest which we are seeing everywhere. I've got this in a large. Sorry, everything I've shown you so far has been extra large, apart from those trousers which didn't fit me, which I said were, I've got in a double XL, but everything else has been extra large. This is a large. It only goes up to large, so don't bother looking for the extra large if you wanted to size up even more so. I'm not sure about things like this. I feel like they're a little bit weird in winter, but what I like about this one is it's oversized enough for me to wear beneath a shirt, I mean over a shirt, so I feel like it's functional. I wouldn't want to get anything that is knitwear that can't have anything long sleeve worn beneath it, because how do you wear it? You know, you want your sleeves covered in winter, so that's why I always opt for kind of, I don't do the short sleeve or the short sleeve jumper. No, I don't really do that. Look, having said that, here's a short sleeve jumper, but actually it's more of a cardigan. But again, like I said, I could fit a polo neck under here, or I could fit a shirt. I'm not sure if I'd wear a shirt under this, but I definitely do a polo neck, long sleeve polo neck. And I think what I like about this is that it's good to wear now. I feel like you could wear this now with a pair of like black flares. I'm not sure if is it too soon to wear leather trousers? I'm not sure I'd be wearing leather trousers yet, because I'm sure I'm going to be living in them in the colder months. I'm not ready to go full on autumnal just yet. I'm still trying to hold on to a little bit of the summer. I'm wearing, you know, obviously I haven't been out anywhere, so I haven't worn a lot of my clothes this year yet. So I'm not trying to go full on autumnal, but I feel like you could wear this with a pair of jeans now and just wear nothing beneath it, and you'd feel quite nice. I don't know if you, because it's short sleeve, you could be all right, and it is open neck, but it is quite heavy, so you might be a little bit warm in it. I'm going out this evening and I'm thinking that I might try and wear this with some jeans, or yeah, maybe black flares. But I'll try that outfit on with you and you can see it and let me know what you think. Then I went for, you know that I'm obsessed with padded shoulders. Again, so leather. Different colour this time. This is like a taupey colour, padded shoulder again. And it's like a little mini dress. And it comes with this gold belt, this belt with a gold buckle, which I actually really love this belt actually. It's even worth just the belt alone, forget the dress. So I got this, I've got my sister's 30th birthday next week, so I thought this could be potentially something that I could wear. Obviously you're not really allowed to dance anywhere anymore, so I wouldn't get too hot in this. But yeah, also not sure how much wear I would get out of this. I feel like this could also be quite nice just worn with trainers. I've got like those like a pair of chalky coloured chunky trainers, and I think that could look quite nice. You could also do this with leggings as well if you want to wear it as a tunic, and you can also do it with chunky boots, so you don't have to wear it particularly dressy, which is what I'm telling myself, trying to talk myself into keeping it. But I think that that's a really nice dress. It also came in black as well. I'll let you know how I get on with that, and I got that in an extra large. And oh yeah, I've got this. Is just another really simple black deep V top. It has a zip at the back, and I kind of like the fact that the sleeves are cut at an angle. I think all those things give you like lots of flattering attributes or opportunities to be very well flattered, which I like. This looks kind of small, so I'll try this on and see how I get on with this. I just thought this with a pair of jeans is a really nice jeans and a top kind of top, and I like the fact that it's got this knot detail here, because I feel like that's always good for hiding the tum. You know, always about hiding the tum or accentuating the waistline. And lastly, just a wardrobe basic. I wear lots of black shirts throughout this time of the year, or in the autumn winter time, and I've got this black satin shirt. Satin is also a really big trend for the season, so I just thought a black satin shirt I can chuck on with just about everything. I can wear it over my jeans, tucked into my jeans, into leather skirts, over leather trousers, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show everything to you on now, and a lot of this stuff I'm trying on for the first time, so we get my first reaction and a review on the fit and the quality as well. So I've just popped on the black flares first, so you can see those. As you can see, they fit really close to the leg, sorry about that, which I love. And for me, the most important thing when I wear a pair of flares is to get the trouser to leave the leg, or to flare out on the leg from the smallest part of your leg. So of course that is kind of your knee. So you never want it to flare out above the knee, because then you're kind of flaring out at your thigh, which is the larger part of your leg. Whereas if you go from like beneath the knee, you kind of get that slimming effect, and then you get the flare, which also then helps to make your waistline look smaller, balance out your proportion, and which, you know, those are things that are really important to me. So that's just a little tip for if you're ever going for flares and you want them to be a little bit more slimming than wide leg or huge, like, you know, bell bottom flares, is always to get the flare to go out from the smaller part of the leg. I would definitely say that these trousers are a, what's the word, a mini flare. So they're not a huge flare. I love the fact that they've got a little zip at the bottom, so you can kind of zip them open, wear them over slightly larger shoes if you want to, which means that you can adjust the width of the flare. I think these are just a really good trousers. They feel really comfortable. You don't get that issue that you get with some leather trousers where you cannot actually cream your legs and then put the trousers on because they just get stuck to your leg. One tip actually, if you do have trousers that happen to do that, is to never ever cream your legs if you're about to put on a pair of leather trousers. Yeah, it doesn't help to get them on. But with these, because they're so nicely lined, they're just a really nice, comfortable trouser. They are a little bit snug at the waist. I mean, that's all trousers for me in Zara. If they fit me well on the legs, they're generally not going to fit me well at the waistline, because I don't fit a typical dress size in Zara. So I sometimes don't mind just wearing my trousers slightly open. I mean, I could put on a pair of like tummy control pants. I did say I would do that for this video, but I just could not be bothered. Just got me normal knickers on. But you could do that, and I'm sure that would definitely help with the fit, suck you in a bit more here, then you wouldn't get that kind of pouch that I'm kind of getting with these. But you know, sometimes if you feel a little bit uncomfortable and you're going to tuck your shoe, I wouldn't go for a platform with this, even though it's a flare. It can really help to elongate your legs even further. But as you can see, these trousers are really slimming, and they really do kind of, you know, I find that they really elongate your legs anyway. But if you want to continue with that length and longness, then definitely a pointed toe shoe will work really well. And I think you could also do this with a blazer. If you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable about having, you know, kind of that backside area on show, especially in a leather trouser, then just chuck on a really good oversized blazer. Or you could do it with like a tunic, but like a, I do actually have one. It's like a long vest basically. I've got like a black slinky long vest that I would literally just chuck on over this big oversized blazer, pointed shoes, and you know, you're kind of showing your best bits or the slimmer part of your leg, but covering the parts that you don't feel so comfortable with. Okay ladies, so this is the, what do you call this? Is it a cardigan? I guess it is a cardigan. The buttons are fully functional, so you can open them, you can wear it open if you want. I've just got a bra on underneath at the moment, but you could potentially put like a lace bodysuit underneath it, or a more lacy bra, or you could, again, like I said, you can wear this with a shirt or a polo neck underneath it. I don't like the tie, I don't think. I think I might change out the tie and put a belt in, but what I like about it is it's quite a sexy jumper, maybe, or cardigan, or knit rather. I'm not big on tie waist knitwear, if I'm honest with you, but because I just don't feel like, if you haven't got a really tiny waist, it's not always very flattering. I have learnt this way to tuck, to when you tie or belt anything, the key is to always bring the excess material to the back as opposed to having it sitting on your hips and your tummy, because obviously it just makes you wider. It's not very flattering. I do love this. I love the colour. I love the kind of the feel of the knit. Zara has got some really nice knits in at the moment that are a really nice mix of material. I'm not sure what the blend of material is, but it feels really nice. It doesn't feel like knitwear at all. It doesn't feel like rough or scratchy on my skin. It feels like a luxe dressier knit. Of course, there's no kind of, if you can see, it's like more like a woven kind of knit. It's nice. It feels a little bit more like you could wear this out for an evening, and I was thinking of wearing this out this evening. What I would do is, I mean, I guess you don't really want to pin this because it is knit. You don't want it to start pulling. You could put a popper there if you wanted to. I think I'd feel quite happy to just put a bodysuit underneath this and wear it like this without anything beneath it. But let me know what you think. I really do like this. I think I'm going to like too much in this haul. But yeah, so this is the cardigan, and as you can see, I just think it looks perfect worn over the leather trousers. And if you are someone, again, who does feel slightly uncomfortable with showing off kind of your bum, thighs section wearing leather trousers, then a long line knit like this is really good. You still look really glam, and that's another thing I love about knitwear and leather together. The knitwear really helps to kind of casual down the leather helps to amplify and elevate the knit. So yeah, I think they're a perfect combination, and basically what I really love to wear in the autumn winter anyway. So yeah, this is definitely a thumbs up from me. Despite not loving a tight waist, I think there is definitely some benefits to this. Another thing you can do when you wear things like this is to belt it at the back, so you get a slimmer silhouette from the front, but you can kind of adjust it to kind of fit how you feel comfortable. But yeah, I really like this cardigan. I can see myself wearing it open as well. So yes, this is definitely a yes from me. Oh my god, this jacket, shirt, whatever is next level. I absolutely love it. I did get a large, extra large, and as you can see, it's really kind of hanging down at the sleeves. It doesn't fit perfectly on my shoulders, which isn't great, but again, I kind of sized, well, I went for the extra large. As I've said before, I always generally tend to go for an extra large because of my bust. So anything that is restrictive with zips or buttons or any sort of fastening, I will always size up in because I have a larger bust. Also, for my waistline, I generally tend to size up with anything that is restrictive, again, fastenings, because of my waistline. So just because I'm not very proportioned in terms of typical dress sizes, that's why I generally tend to size up. But it does mean I do get problems in other areas. So right now I'm getting a lot of this kind of excess material here hanging down on the shoulder, so as you can see, that's just far too big. But again, this jacket has poppers, and I always think if you are someone that is larger busted, always, I mean, generally tend to avoid poppers, but if you are going to go for a popper, I think you have to size up to make sure you're not getting that pull, because you don't want it to pull and pop open, which is what can happen with poppers. So that's why I have sized up. I'm not sure if it's too big. I'm going to see what my husband says, because obviously that again isn't a lot more slimming than that. So, but I think this shirt is serious. Shirt jacket, again, it's so hot that I would definitely have to be wearing this as a shirt, as a jacket, as opposed to a shirt. So I probably would never actually wear it buttoned up like this, I don't think, because it is just so hot. How do people do this? And as you can see, the sleeves are just kind of buckling up because it's just kind of it's just too big for me. But I like it, and I actually like the fit. I really like the fact that it's got the tail at the bottom, and it's a really nice kind of, it's a really nice jacket. This was £50, and it probably feels and looks like one of the best like fake leather or pleather jackets that I've seen on the high street. So I do really like this. It looks very high end, getting some 70s vibes, and I just think, you know, at the moment I've got it on with the black leather trousers, but I think you could wear this casually and go for like a baby blue bag, and that would look insane. I might do some styling with this stuff in another video, but I really do like this. And I wasn't sure about how I would feel about mixing leathers. So like this kind of caramel leather with a black leather. I would generally tend to mix those colours, but with leathers, is it too much leather? But I think it works really nicely, and I really like this look. I think it's very classy and very sleek, very sexy, but all nicely covered up as well, which is what you want to be in the winter. My concern is this jacket too big, and could I size down? I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it as it is. The thing about this material as well is that you generally can't tailor it, so it is what it is. But I could put a shoulder pad here and that would lift it a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, I really like it. And again, for the tuck, for the belting situ, I have just pulled all the excess material to the back because it is quite wide in the body for me. In fact, I'll show you how it looks unbelted so you can kind of see. So it is quite big. Yes, I don't know if it's too big for me, to be honest. Oh god, the joys, eh? Anyway, I love this outfit, and I think yeah, I think definitely it's worth it. And I think, is it worth me just keeping this jacket with the hanging down shoulders? I think so, because I don't think I could size down in it, and I just think it's a really good look, and I think this will really up the ante with anything you chuck it on with, because it is very sleek. And I particularly like this one as well, more so than I have any others that I've tried on the high street, as I said. So this is the satin shirt now. Sorry, I've not done this in any sort of order. I've just kind of done it in terms of how I'm putting my outfits on. So this blouse, or shirt rather, it's slightly more lightweight than I would have expected. I thought it was going to be more of a heavier, thicker satin. Having said that, what I like about it is because it is thinner, it's really easy to layer with your blazers. You sometimes don't want to put a shirt that's too thick or too stiff beneath a blazer, but this is really nice and fluid and lightweight, so it feels almost like you're wearing nothing beneath your blazer. Doesn't make you feel like you've got too much on or too bulky, which you don't really ever want, especially because I think this is a silky shirt, so it's something that lends itself quite nicely to being worn in the evenings. And in the evenings you don't want too much bulk, but you know, if you're going to layer it with a blazer, you don't have to worry about that bulk. It's also got lots of nice movement. What I would say is, so this is kind of how it fits. So it's shorter at the front, dropped at the back, which I like, but I just would have liked it to have been a bit longer in the body. Also, I think the arms aren't particularly long. So, and this is an extra large, I think. So I think definitely if you want to get a bit of hang and movement, yeah, extra large. If you want to get a bit of hang and movement in this blouse, particularly shirt, particularly because it is lightweight, definitely size up, because this is an extra large and I probably would have liked it a little bit longer in the body and a bit more length in the arms. But other than that, really nice simple shirt. It was £25, just really easy to work into your wardrobe. To me, this is a winter basic. I do wear lots of black blouses and shirts throughout the winter, and generally of this kind of silkier material, so I didn't necessarily need this in my wardrobe. But what I liked about this is most of them tend to have like higher necks, tie necks, pussy bow necks. I wanted something that was like easy to unbutton, wear open, wear a little bit sexier in the evenings, and also be able to put my blazer over it. I don't generally tend to like to put my blazer over high neck blouses, so that's why I wanted the kind of the button down shirt. Don't be scared, obviously I have styled this outfit with a pair of boots, but just to give you some idea of how to style it a little bit, you know, deeper into the bleak midwinter basically. But yeah, definitely not getting my boots out just yet, but also to show you that, you know, you can do an all black with some red and some tan or some beige. That works really nicely, like red, or like this is more of like an oxblood red, so it works nicely with the neutrals that are kind of in fashion for the season as well. Okay ladies, so now I have got on the black trouser with the buttons at the side. Those buttons are obviously a game changer. I've just put it on with this padded shoulder tee, also from Zara. I'm sure you did not expect me to do a video without at least featuring this once. Then I've put it on with this cropped blazer actually, which is from Wallace, which was gifted to me. And obviously cropped blazers are another huge trend for the season. So these trousers, at first I was like, what are these trousers actually meant to be doing? Are they meant to, I didn't realise they were meant to be a palazzo pant. I thought, are they meant to be like wide leg and long, but they're very short. I couldn't figure them out, and I had to literally go onto the website and understand what are these trousers, because I'd forgotten how they'd been styled or how they'd been described. And they are considered a palazzo pant. What I love about them is they have a giant split almost up to the knee or just below the knee, so it means you have a nice flash of leg, which I think makes these trousers lend themselves really well to evening. Of course, generally a black trouser with bright gold buttons down the side would be an evening trouser anyway, but I do think the fact that it's palazzo and they're quite a short trouser, they're not a trouser that needs like a proper heel with them, so I've put them on with these little kitten heels from Topshop. And actually now I really like them. I love the flash of leg and the movement you get when you're walking. I think they are a really good evening trouser. The fit is, you know, yeah, they fit nicely. In fact, they feel really comfortable. I like the material. Like I said, it's got a good hang to it and a good movement when you're walking. So I think it's a really good trouser, and I think these are also going to be staying. I think there's probably at the moment only one thing I'm returning, which are those trousers, which I haven't shown you yet. I'll show you them at the end because they don't fit me properly anyway. But yeah, so I really do like this. I think this is not, I mean, depending on your height, I'm 5'7", almost 5'8". So depending on your height, these trousers might fit you slightly longer, which means you could get away with a bit more of a heel. But for me, a kitten heel is all I need, because the second I put these trousers on with a heel, which is how I'd styled it originally, they just don't make sense. They're not cropped enough, they're not culotte, they don't work with a heel. So definitely, if you are kind of my height, I would say go for a kitten heel. If you're going to buy these, style them with a kitten heel, and you get that really nice kind of, you don't really need a heel with this because you've got these buttons doing all the talking for you. I just love this, and you know what, it looks amazing how it's been styled on the model with just a black polo neck. I think if you're going out for drinks, like casual drinks, evening drinks, and you kind of want to be covered up but you want something a little bit glam, I would just put on a black polo neck, these trousers, black kitten heel, and you just look like understated but so sleek and glam at the same time. When it comes to winter, my style changes completely, and I get a lot more kind of classic in the way that I dress. I want to look a lot sharper, so my style really does change, as opposed to like floral, floaty and easy dresses. Even makeup, again, as you can see, I've got a full face of makeup on. Everything just becomes sleeker. Hair dead straight. I know we're not into autumn winter yet, but I'm getting there. And obviously I kind of styled my makeup and my hair for today's video, which is autumn themed. So yeah, sorry, I'm waffling. I'm getting excited, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of be a lot sleeker and sharper in my fashion. Don't know where I'm going, but yeah, so really love these trousers, and I like the fact that they're like glam but also understated. You don't need to put a massive heel on with them. You can dress them up, dress them down. I went for a crop blazer with this because you kind of don't want to wear a blazer that's going to cover the buttons. So I think a cropped blazer is really good, and actually going for a crop blazer, even more cropped than the one that I have, so you really show off those buttons. Yeah, really love these trousers. Oh my gosh, this was one of the items that I was hoping that I would want to return. It is the padded shoulder shift dress in pleather. First of all, pleather has been something I've been avoiding wearing on my upper body for the longest time. I know that I went for the shacket, but I feel like that's a little bit more oversized, kind of disguises a little bit more of what's going on up top, because as you know, my upper body is my problem area. However, I really do like this. I think the puff shoulders have a lot to do with it. Also, I'm loving this belt that it comes with. It's got this double buckle. It's a nice length. I don't think it's too short. I just really like it. I love the colour. It's like this taupey colour. It looks really good. I think it's slightly darker than ecru. I don't think you can call this ecru, so I think it is taupe, but it still looks really good with kind of like ecru. So if you do have ecru in your wardrobe and invested in ecru throughout the summer, then I definitely think you can pair this with ecru. I think it could go nicely with like powder blue as well, but of course you've got that black belt there, so I think keeping the tones that you pair it with quite neutral. I think it could look nice with a chocolate brown. I also think that suede and leather look really nice together, so pairing it actually like with this, oh my god, this bag, this is my new Moa Porter bag in the mushroom brown. Oh my god, why don't I style these two together? They are absolutely perfect together. And also that suede just adds a nice different bit of texture to the all leather look. Although all leather is clearly a thing right now, not something that we need to be afraid of wearing. I really like this. I will say that with this, you do need to have a really good bra on. Right now, I just chucked on the first bra. I had a lacy bra on before, and I just chucked on the first kind of like non-lacy bra. But I definitely need something that kind of gives me a lot more support. But this, I love it. And again, if you're someone like me who does struggle with your upper body, maybe you feel like you have lost your waistline, then going for these accentuated, padded, sharp shoulders always helps to make this area look a little bit slimmer. If I had a different shoulder or a different sleeve, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable to wear something belted like this. But because I've got the sharpness of the sleeve, it kind of, in contrast, makes my waist look a little bit smaller and obviously defines it a bit more. I really like this dress. I'm not even someone who loves a shift dress too much. They are very versatile, and I love the fact that you can use them as a blank canvas and belt them, put lots of accessories, chains, that sort of thing, really style it up. But I also find them quite bland and boring sometimes. So the fact that this is like this gorgeous colour and is also in pleather with a padded shoulder just ups the ante completely for me, and has made this like a dress that I definitely think you should try. And that's the thing, I didn't think I would like this. I was like, oh, let me just give it a go, because it's not really my thing. I've avoided all of the pleather kind of tops and dresses and whatever came out last year, but I gave this a go and I do like it. And I think once I get a good bra on as well, it will look even better. And loving it with this mushroom brown bag. Oh my god, what gorgeous colour combo. Okay, so now I have got on this green, is it mint green, sea green? Is it even, it's not, is it sage? Where am I getting all these greens from? I think this is just sage green, which is like the colour of the season. So yeah, I've just got on the sage green vest. I really love this. It's the same sort of knit as the cardigan that I first showed you. So it's more like this really kind of rigid weave. It feels really nice on the skin. When I mean rigid, as in it's kind of, it's, I don't know how I explain it, but it's not like a knitted, fluffy kind of weave, do you know what I mean? It's just very slightly woven, and it's just really nice. Again, feels like that elevated knitwear that you could wear out for drinks as well as like to the pub on a Sunday, because it just looks that little bit more kind of elegant and luxe, if you know what I mean. I love this. I love the length. I love it's just, I wasn't sure about this. I'm generally not someone who is a huge knitwear fan. I really got into knitwear last year. I like knitwear that doesn't feel like knitwear, and I think this doesn't feel like knitwear to me. I like the fact that the sleeves are cut at an angle, which is very flattering, as opposed to being like that. That's maybe, I mean, of course with a padded shoulder that's fine, actually you can do that and get a padded shoulder out of it. But yeah, I just think it's nice. It's not padded at the shoulder, it's just got that angle which still gives a bit of sharpness as well. Draws the eyes slightly more down towards the waistline, which is nice. I like the fact that it's v-neck as opposed to round neck. If it was round neck, again, might be slightly difficult in a knitted fabric for me. I like how where it sits on the body, so it sits just kind of at the yeah, just kind of at the smaller part of my thigh, which is good. So it's not something that's too short, because if you have something that kind of sits at the widest part of your hips, then it just cuts you off and makes you look wider. I don't feel like this is making my legs look shorter. I feel like it's making them look slimmer because it kind of sits towards the smaller part of my leg. And I've just popped it on with some cropped flares from Topshop. I'll link them down below if they still have them in stock. These are my favourite pair of Topshop jeans that I have been wearing for about 4 years now. Topshop don't really stock them. I don't think they're one of their best sellers, but they're my faves, and I've bought them about 3 or 4 times over just in case they do sell out. So I'll link them down below if I can still find them. I really, really like them, and as they've been so worn in, they're really comfortable. They feel like I'm wearing jogging bottoms, and I just think this is a quite nice look. I would wear this to the pub on a Sunday. I've got a little kitten heel on. I think it's a nice look, and I really like this. This came, I think, with matching bottoms. You're seeing a lot of these knitwear sets in the shops at the moment. For me personally, I'm not sure how much I want to go down that route. As comfortable as it looks, I like clothes I can dress up and dress down, and I think I would struggle to dress up a knitted trouser because it's knitted, elasticated waistband. It's not something, it's just not something that's going to work in my wardrobe. I like things that can be versatile and worn across many occasions, so that's why I wouldn't go for the bottoms. But I do like the idea of pairing these with leather trousers. I had originally bought these to pair with a pair of mint green trousers from Zara, but the trousers were too wide, and I think that's the thing to keep in mind. Be careful of the shape of trouser that you go for when you style these kind of longer tunics and vests, because you don't want to kind of cut yourself off and make yourself look too short in areas, too wide in areas. Wide and short can be difficult to kind of pull off unless you're going to put on a big heel, which I would totally do this with a culotte and a really massive heel as well. So just bear that in mind. But I really do like this, and I think if you're someone who is thinking about this knitted vest trend, I think just go for the one that's obviously the most flattering for you. So think about kind of your proportions, whether you want a v-neck, or, you know, do you want something that's kind of cut off sleeveless, or do you want a short sleeve? Just think about what works for your shape, because I think it can be difficult to get right if you go for the wrong style. But if you get it right, I think they can look quite nice and really easy to work into your wardrobe and update your wardrobe very quickly for autumn winter 2021. And last but by no means least is this top from Zara. Obviously it's from Zara. What have I been talking about this whole time? This has been my long old haul, and I think I've just kind of lost it. I've lost the light as well. It looks like there's a storm coming. But anyway, so this is the top from Zara, and I love this top. We know it's from Zara. I love this top because I generally just tend to love tops that have a really good open neckline. Again, it's great for an evening because it's open at the neck, but if you're not someone who loves the tops of your arms, then you've still got that kind of that sleeve there. I haven't been able to zip this up. It zips up at the back. Obviously my husband is not here, so I can't really zip it, but I do really like it, and it's a really good evening top. I think, you know, it's kind of a little bit, I think it's isometric because it's got this seam here. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, so it's got that seam there, but it doesn't have one this side. So it's isometric, that it's kind of knotted at the front, and it's got kind of a little bit of a wrap draping situ. Not a huge fan of wraps, but I am a big fan of draping, and I feel like this does more drape than wrap. I think it's a brilliant top. Cinches me in at the waist, which, you know, is just exactly what I want. Really nice top. This is the sort of top that you just get where you want to wear jeans and a nice top, and, you know, midweek drinks. This is the sort of top you just chuck on, and I think that I might even wear this tonight actually. I think when you're wearing something like this, go for a good high-waisted pair of jeans, because you don't want any lumps and bumps, kind of, if you're going to wear a lower-waisted jean and then have a bit, I mean, unless your jeans fit you properly, which generally mine are always tight at the waistline because of, you know, my situ. But yeah, so it is quite open at the neckline. I don't, again, I sized up in this for the restrictive bust situ, but I don't think I would have wanted anything tighter or closer fitting to my body than this. So again, once I'm able to zip it up fully, it might sit a little bit better, but I just don't think there's any way. Let me just try. What if I get it on? How do I get it off? Oh, there we go. So I've got it all the way up. Let's hope I can get it off after. But yeah, so that's kind of how it sits now. It's zipped up properly. Really, really nice, easy going out top. And this came in different colours as well. It came in white and it came in, I can't remember what other colour. Maybe just black and white. But brilliant top for me. And I think, yeah, I think I need to get the white as well. Really, really love this. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. It has been a really long haul. I've not done as much styling because I wanted to kind of just show you that items, give you a good review. Everything will be linked down below with the sizes, but basically everything is an extra large apart from the mint green knit, which was a large, and that's it. Everything else was an extra large. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found that video useful, got some inspiration, feel like you are getting ready for autumn, winter. It's come around very, very quickly. I will maybe try and do a video on my Instagram, so check out my Instagram if you don't already follow me on there. I'll do a video on Instagram where I'm styling the pieces a little bit more so you can get a bit more style inspo over there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up too. Don't forget to tap that bell to get a notification the next time my new video goes live, whenever that will be. And again, thank you for watching. Ciao, ciao.